Hello, everybody. I'm Cary, and this is Threshold. And today we're going to be talking about the holographic universe. Many of our best scientists over the last few decades have been picking up clues in their calculations and their theoretical physics and mathematics that indicate very strongly that what we think of is of reality, as reality all around us, is actually a holographic projection from somewhere that we can't even contemplate. I'm Cary, and this is Threshold. Hi, everybody. I'm Cary. This is Threshold. And today on Threshold, we're talking about the holographic universe theory. And this theory is really kind of making its way to the forefront of physics today. And most of the world's leading scientists believe that it is the closest thing to a very accurate model of where all of our studies in physics and quantum mechanics, etc., are, and astrophysics are leading. The implications of this theory, the holographic universe, are vast and deep, and they stretch everywhere from philosophical views to the deepest questions of human spirituality and belief systems, all the way down to things as interesting as cryptid animals, and even could stretch into the Pentagon's new program that they had that was running alongside the ATIP program dealing with paranormal phenomenon, which seems to hold clues that this theory may in fact be real. But today, we're going to look a little bit deeper at the actual mechanics of what would make a holographic universe and why it is our scientists believe that this is what's happening. And it's not enough for us to acknowledge the strangeness of reality around us, including paranormal activity. And as a full-time paranormal investigator, I can tell you that ideas like this are where the future of paranormal research lies. And it's very important for us to understand the actual mechanics by which some of this phenomenon, if not all of it, are manufactured or projected into our reality. So let's start talking about the holographic universe. It started with black holes and with a scientist named Jacob Bekenstein, who derived an equation to describe the entropy of black holes. A black hole's entropy represents the amount of quantum information of everything that ever fell into it. The Bekenstein bound represents maximum possible entropy information of any volume of space. Oddly, that maximum is proportionate to the surface area of that space, not its volume. That was surprising. Surely the information in a volume of space depends on the volume, like 1 bit per infinitesimal voxel, not 1 bit per pixel on its surface. Stephen Hawking confirmed the Bekenstein bound by calculating the amount of information that a black hole as it evaporated. He discovered Hawking radiation, which led to the idea of black hole formation. This radiation was expected to erase the quantum information of everything that fell into the black hole. But by destroying quantum information, it destroys the foundations of quantum mechanics. And so they discovered through their calculations that this radiation actually had the information of everything that fell into it being emitted from it, and that information was still encoded. But it presents a new paradox. Things that fall into a black hole do actually experience crossing the event horizon. And being inside the black hole, so the interior of the black hole has a dual existence. From the point of view of outside observers, its contents are smeared into a 2D impression on the surface. But from the point of view of anyone falling in, they are definitely inside the black hole. Their doom is in full display in 3D glory. This is the first glimpse of a holographic space-time, a 2D surface that holds the properties of a 3D reality. Along with Leonard Susskind extrapolated this to propose that there's sufficient information on the location of all surfaces for it to actually describe everything within the volume of that surface. And I know that that's deep mathematical theoretical theory, but that's what you get from the same kind of hologram that we can produce and project. So basically, what they discovered was that we live in a universe where they describe it as being 3 plus 1. You have 3 directions of movement plus 1 temporal dimension or time dimension. But they believe that imprinted on our reality, which appears to them to be flat, actually, instead of round, is the description that you need to describe our reality as being projected from somewhere else that they describe as being infinitely far away. And that leads us down some really, really interesting, if not scary, rabbit holes, multiple rabbit holes. And when you talk about the holographic theory with paranormal activity or cryptid activity, you're talking about a reality by which things can be projected into our reality at will by the same force that is actually projecting this hologram, if indeed it is a hologram. And we have to presuppose that if it is a holographic universe and there is a projector somewhere that is projecting it onto this 2D surface, it's very much like a movie screen. On a movie, when you're sitting there watching it, you can see 3 dimensions of movement. They move forward, backwards, right, left, up, and down. And they have time, and each frame of film is actually a quantum of time. And so you have a perfect parallel to our holographic universe. You have what all of our scientists are talking about: a projector projecting a 3D image onto a 2D surface. And you'll have to forgive my dogs there. I've got a workman here in the house. So basically, that leads us into one really interesting and perhaps inescapable conclusion. And that conclusion is this: that our reality is perhaps no different than a movie that someone has already produced, edited, assigned roles to, if you will, lines, and it was artificially constructed, and that we are simply inside the movie and each of us playing the role that we were chosen for. and ultimately the producer and director have already decided its end. So that is the holographic theory, and today it is the foremost theory of our reality. That's something all of us are going to have to contemplate and come to grips with over time. Before I go, please join us tomorrow night on Behind Tall Trees. We're going to have a famous guest, and here is a preview.
M.K. Davis, a legendary Bigfoot researcher made famous by his groundbreaking work on the Patterson-Gimlin film more than a decade ago. The rogue theories he's promoted on the massacre at Bluff Creek and the mystery of the red-haired giant has made him a cult-like phenom to those within the conspiracy world.
Doesn't make much sense to me.
You won't want to miss what he has to say about the mysteries, conspiracies, and backlash of both theories from the well-known researcher and CARC director Brendan Brown for a candid one-on-one conversation from Behind Tall Trees, Wednesday, March 30th, only on CARC Universal. Be there.
So join us tomorrow night. I will be on Behind Tall Trees as well, and we will have an incredible discussion. Hope to see you there. Again, I am Jack Cary, and this has been Threshold.
You've been watching Threshold with Jack Cary, a Catskill Appalachian Research Collective production. For more information on this program and others like it, remember to like, share, and subscribe to CARC Universal today. To join the conversation on our Facebook group, become a member of the Catskill Appalachian Research Collective Facebook group. CARC. Relentless.